What's up, you guys? You guys hear me? My audio good? Is my audio good? Let me know if y'all can hear me. I don't go live on. We don't go live on YouTube all that often, so Streamlabs could be wonky, but let me know. Anorexic Kuzenbo off Smite. Holy moly. Who let Zay in here? Mods? Thought we said no Zay. Mods, where we at? Odin. Zay's here. We had a strict agreement that there would be no more Zay. So, yeah, do the thing. I'm just kidding. What's up, everybody? What's up, Vash? What's up, Eden's brain? Yes, I know that I should not be looking at the Eden's Zero Volume 12 cover. I think what I'll do for my holy shit, what is going on with my camera right now? I think what I'll do is I'll have like Yato or somebody send me a link to the chapter that's already like 3 clicks into the chapter, like past the volume cover. And then I'll read volume 11. And then when I'm ready to read volume 12, I'll just click that link. That puts me to like the 3rd page after the volume cover or something. I think that's what I'll do. Oh shit, Zay's a mod? No, he's not. Nah, his name's not Blue. He don't got the wrench next to his shit. Don't believe him. But anyway, I'm hitting you guys with some updates today. This is like super unstructured. This is like super chill, like way more chill than like any other content that we really do. This is just me spontaneously deciding that I would be hopping on here to give you guys some updates in a more, you know, chat-friendly, live setting. But yeah. So we have YouTube and Patreon updates that we're going to be hitting y'all with today. As far as YouTube goes, it's not like major updates or anything like that. I mean, like we just added Sakamoto days to the review roster, so that's like the biggest update, that you guys already know about. But other than that, as far as like tangential tie-ins go, and as far as like one-shots go, right? So tangential tie-ins is our like other playlists where we talk about like general anime and manga related discussion topics. That started off as a weekly show, believe it or not, in season 1. So we would do a tangential tie-in episode and a weekly Shonen Jump review once a week. Then our schedules like changed in life or whatever, and then it became a bi-weekly show. And then eventually it became a monthly show. And now it's just kind of whenever it makes sense show, right? Which is sad, but life happens, life comes at you fast, but we still love doing that content, and we are still going to do it. But now, as far as like one-shots goes too, one-shots started off as like, you know, a live manga podcast that we would do like every other week. And then, you know, that became, you know, a lot more, you know, few and far between as well. So now I think what we're going to do is we're just going to say there's no more expectations for when a tangential tie-in or when a one-shot will happen. Instead, whenever Weekly Shonen Jump is on break for any of the multitude of reasons that it takes breaks, Golden Week, what have you, whenever it's on break, we'll do a one-shot or a tangential tie-in episode. Right? So then we don't have to like really worry about scheduling as much. Like, oh no, we haven't done a one shot in a while. We haven't done a tie-in episode in a while. But we just came out of a weekly Shonen Jump review and a special grade review and yada yada. It's just like overwhelming. Now it doesn't even matter if weekly Shonen Jump is on break. There will be a tie-in episode or a one-shot episode in its place. or in place of our weekly Shonen Jump reviews that we'd normally have. So that's cool. Yeah. So that's really the YouTube update. As far as the Patreon updates go, excuse me, sorry about that. As far as the Patreon updates go, there's gonna be a couple big changes. So we have 5 tiers right now in Patreon. The $1 tier is just for like general like support of the podcast, and also you get like, you know, the VODs for all of our live reactions. So like Eden Zero and World Trigger, and Eagles, you know, weekly Shonen Jump live reactions. All the VODs go on Patreon so that we can like kind of hide from copyright issues on Twitch and on YouTube. Keeping the VODs there is just like way too risky. So we've been keeping them on Patreon under the $1 tier. So that's the same. The $3 tier is the early access tier. And that originally was just like, we were doing so much offline content. So like the weekly Shonen Jump reviews were offline. The tie-in episodes were offline. And then One Shots was live on Twitch, but then the VOD would get uploaded to YouTube. So all of that stuff would go on Patreon in the early access area so that, you know, supporters could check it out before Gen Pop got it. But now all of the tie-in episodes are live. The one-shots have always been live, and then the VODs go up. So like one-shots will still be early access available. Those still go on like the Patreon like 3 days before the VOD hits YouTube. So like one-shots isn't really changing there in that way. But yeah, I think we'll keep the early access tier just so that like people who like want to watch the weekly Shonen Jump reviews early can do that. But then the book club tier, this is like heartbreaking to me. Book club just doesn't make as much sense as it did when we started the line of content. So I think indefinitely we're going to be taking away the book club tier and the book club content from Patreon, which is just like so sad because that was our line of content that allowed us to speak about things outside of shonen. Like pretty much every single book club review that we've done besides Orient. Yeah, I think Orient was the only shonen series that we covered on. I have no idea why my camera is being so crazy. I'm going to check that out after the stream, but I hope that that's not too distracting. But yeah, like the book club was just like where we got to talk about seinen manga and shit, and just like other, you know, demographics of manga and genres of manga that you don't usually see, you know, on our YouTube channel, because we are a shonen centric brand, or at least a shonen centric channel on YouTube. So that's sad. But like we started the book club content like when COVID started and we were all like in the crib all the time. There was literally no reason to go outside. We had so much more time on our hands, and you know that just kind of trickled, you know, or tapered off into like, oh my god, we're skipping like every other month, or we're going on break in the book club for like 3 months straight, and it's just like a stressful line of content that doesn't make sense for our lives at this point as far as scheduling goes. So if there's ever like a demand for book club, you know, in the future, like if you guys want to bring, you know, that content back, you know, just let us know. Like just be like verbal about it, you know what I mean? Like we like to look at, you know, what you guys are saying and what you guys want. The book club conversations every month were starting to like dwindle into pretty much nothing, which is like partly like my fault too, because I have rarely had the time to actually like be in the book club and actually discuss things about the book club. So it was just it just ended up being becoming a scheduling nightmare. Plus Nick left the show, and he was like, you know, my main, you know, book club constituent. Like it was basically like me and him every time until Mello joined, and then it was me and Mello like every time, and it just doesn't make as much sense now as it did before as a line of content. So anyone who signed up for the book club, thank you so much. First and foremost, all of our patrons. Huge shout out to all of you guys for keeping the lights on over at Project Manga Patreon in all the ways that you do. Signing up for either tier is just astronomical. Appreciation goes out to anyone who makes that leap to help us out. So dumb appreciative of that. But we're going to be condensing like all of the Patreon content to a more manageable, you know, size, so that we aren't as stressed out when we're creating content, which then means that our, you know, added enthusiasm from the lack of stress will permeate throughout all the rest of our content on YouTube and Twitch and things like that. So that's kind of the philosophy there on that. All of the book club episodes that we've done so far, I think we'll just keep in the like the $3 tier, right? For like early access. So like anyone that was a $5 monthly book club patron can, if they want to, still go back and like look at those videos whenever. We'll just keep them in the $3 tier so that you don't have to spend more to see them or anything like that. But yeah, we'll keep that backlog in the $3 area. But ooh, Gameron was shown in. Okay, I didn't even remember that. I think Gameron was a great review. But yeah, oh yeah, okay, and then the $10 tier is like the Phantom Troop tier, and that's where like lost tapes and shit goes. And like there was a thing where back when, you know, the tie-in episodes were a lot more often than they are now, there's a thing where you could like choose a tie-in episode topic like a couple times a year or something like that. All of that, like the Phantom Troop tier is gone too because we didn't have that many patrons inside of that tier. We're just gonna put all of the Lost Tapes episodes that we've done moving forward. We'll just put them in the special grade tier of support so that you guys can still catch like all of our behind the scenes like blooper reels and shit like that. We'll keep those, you know, still on Patreon. We'll just like move things around from, you know, whatever tiers are being removed. We'll take that content and place them in, you know, adjacent tiers just to make sure that that stuff is like always there for you guys. But as far as book club goes, yeah, that's not going to be a regular line of content anymore. So Kip, my guy Kippin literally just signed up for book club like 2 months ago, and we had done like one episode, and then now we're like canceling the content. So I'm so sorry, Kip. But yeah, this is kind of just what we have to do for just quality of life and sanity. So now we're just going to have more tight, concentrated, and controlled content that we have to worry about. Weekly Shonen Jump reviews on YouTube, special grade podcast on Patreon, early access, and then, you know, whenever it makes sense to like bring back more content or whatever, we'll absolutely do that as soon as it makes sense to do so. But we really want to focus on the content that matters the most to us and our audience, and just make sure that all that content is constantly, you know, high quality and on time. That's really what it is. You know what I mean? Like, our schedules are crazy as hell nowadays. So we got to make a few cuts. And then hopefully in the future, you know what I mean, when Project Manga is more bussin', then all of this content can come back and it won't be an issue. You know what I mean? But yeah. Oh, thanks for dropping the link, Odin. Self-styled Soul King Brook dropping the Project Manga Patreon link in there. That's great.
Don't cry.
Awesome. But yeah, I mean, like, that's really like all of the updates. I want to say like all of the immediate updates. Like that's like, you'll see it'll make a lot more sense when you actually go to the Patreon and see how I've updated all of the tiers. This is like really like unstructured, so I don't have anything written down or anything. This is just like off the top. It'll make a lot more sense, you know, like when we redo the scheduling and whatnot, and there'll be a lot more visual, you know, details to kind of latch onto and understand it a lot better. I'll update the YouTube and Twitch schedules and whatnot too, so it'll all feel better. But yeah, that's really all that we had. So tangential tie-ins and one-shots are still lines of content that we'll be doing, but instead of an expectation of once a month or every other month or whatever the fuck we've been saying so far, it's just going to be whenever Weekly Shonen Jump is on break, that week will be filled in with either a tangential tie-in episode or a one-shot episode. And you want to know what? I actually just got this thought right now. We'll make that a poll, since we'll definitely know, you know, well enough in advance when Weekly Shonen Jump will be on break. I think we'll hit, you know, the YouTube community tab or something like that and be like, what kind of content do you want while Jump is on break this week? Do you want a tie-in episode or do you want a one-shot episode? And we'll just do it like that, and then you guys can decide what fills in that gap. I think that would be really cool. But yeah. Yeah, man, that's about it. That's all I had. If you guys have any questions or anything, let me look at this. We can make this a Q&A too. If you guys don't have any questions, I'll just like end the stream or whatever. But I'm gonna look through comments here now that I'm done rambling. If HXH comes back, the internet will explode. That's for sure. I think I'll fucking explode. Holy shit. Yeah, the book club reviews slap. Thanks, Hayes. Hope they're not gone for too long, but like I was saying, it just doesn't make as much sense as it used to for that line of content now. But who knows? Maybe like one day, you know, like randomly throughout like the year or something, a couple times a year, we'll just get an itch to do like a book club style discussion, and then we'll just throw that on YouTube or something. I don't know, we'll figure it out. But I definitely don't want to stop talking about, you know, other kinds of manga outside of what we regularly review. So, who knows? Shangri-La Frontier one-shot? That's a great idea, Zay. I think that'll be the next one. I have no objections to that, like, at all. It's crazy that we haven't done a Shangri-La Frontier specific video yet, actually. We'll definitely get on that. Brilliant suggestion, Saucy Zay. I can't help but notice that dope frame with Gone and that came in from the Chimera Antarc there. Yeah. Hell yeah. Got those sent to me from someone in Poland. Polish art, Polish oil painting, Polish oil painting, Polish oil paintings, man, shit slaps, and it's on like a, you know, it's on like that like really textury, you know, canvas shit, you know, it feels like, you know, papyrus or some shit. It's tight. Hell yeah, those are like my two favorite pieces of art that I have. Yeah, no, we didn't, did we do a Shangri-La Frontier one-shot? What the fuck? No way. Now I'm checking, hold on. Yeah, nah, Chainsaw Man Expectations was our first one-shot episode. Yeah, then Jujutsu Kaisen Appreciation, discussing each role of the Straw Hat Pirates. Damn, that was 3 hours long. Oh yeah, that was because we had, it was all four of us, plus Nickham's wife, Marnie, was with us for that episode. Fall 2020 anime first impressions. We did a one-shot for that. Jesus Christ. And then yeah, best IRL quirks with Aniki Smash. Extended discussion of Weekly Shonen Jump 48 last year. Why you should read Undead Unluck. Discussing the finale of Chainsaw Man. Paranormal Liberation Front War Aftermath. Why you should read The Breaker. Don to Don Review. And Ayashimon First Impressions. Those are all the one-shots that we've done. Damn. We should have so many more of those. One day we'll be like super juking over here. And then like all of this content can just be regular because we'll be, you know, doing this shit, you know, that often. Or for a living or something, I don't fucking know. It'll make more sense, you know, later on in life to have all of these lines of content going at the same time again. But yeah, COVID pandemic, quarantining, really kind of like, you know, warped our perception of like what was feasible content to do. Obviously, right? Because we had so much time, so much extra time. We weren't working and there was no reason to go outside. So we were like, fuck it. 16 different lines of content. And then I think what it was is we were hoping that doing that much content consistently would have us grow to a certain size to where when we came out of the pandemic and quarantine, like before we had to go back to work and be regular people again, that like, I don't know, Project Manga would be a little bit more self-sustaining as far as like, you know, income and shit like that. That would make more sense to do this kind of stuff all the time, regularly. But hey, you want to know what? Other things happened behind the scenes. We had a couple members leave. We added one. like I said, life comes at you fast, but Project Manga is still going strong, and in the future, continuing every day, we're hoping that it'll just keep getting stronger and stronger. So, but of course, that is thanks to all of you guys out there for watching us all the time and interacting in our communities and supporting us on Patreon. Literally everything you do to interact with Project Manga helps in an astronomical way, and we can't thank you enough for your patronage and your viewership. Yeah, IRL Quirks was so funny. Oh my god, like the first 30 minutes of the IRL Quirk stream was just fucking chaos. The whole stream was incredible, but I remember it got like so raunchy and funny after a while. Undead Unluck one shot was great. I'm so glad that we did that. It was like so important that we did that because it was literally like at the peak of our love for Undead Unluck, but also at the peak of like the slander that we were seeing for the series. So we were like, nah, we gotta nip this in the bud. Nox Febreze plugin empty on the back? Oh shit. Nah, that shit's not empty. That's a new clip actually. Hell nah. Zay trying to examine my whole shot. That's hilarious. I used to dislike the Chimera Ant arc, though it thought it was mid, and then I read an in-depth thread about it, like how Hunter x Hunter is written and stuff, and I appreciate the arc a lot more. Hunter x Hunter is something that is so different inside of what it's doing in the demographic. It's such a unique story that like I'm also myself personally felt like very similar to you the first time that I went through Hunter x Hunter. I went in with, you know, preconceived notions and experience from like other shonen series, and that like kind of like warped my, you know, initial perception and outlook and review of Hunter x Hunter. It wasn't until I went back and watched it again and then read the manga a couple times over again that I really had like this newfound appreciation for what Yoshihiro Togashi did inside of that story. And it's something that I think that everybody should, you know, experience at least twice. Twice is the real viewing of Hunter x Hunter. The second time through is what you should base your reviews of the series on. For real. And we've talked about it multiple times on this channel. We have a whole like looking back at Hunter x Hunter review. You know, like we have a whole looking back at Hunter x Hunter episode, you know, where we talk about like all of the things that make it great and why you should view it multiple times and things like that. So our words have been said on Hunter x Hunter many a time. What up, Trent Money? Holy shit, Trent motherfucking Money. You already know who the fuck it is. Good to see you, brother. It's been a while. Big Trent. Miss you, man. Oh, that was your link, Jacob. I want to see that. What the fuck? I want to see that shit. Can someone DM that to me? I want to read that Chimera Ant thread. That sounds great. You know, us Hunter x Hunter fans, we grasping for crumbs. I need Hunter x Hunter content wherever I could get it. I'm doing great, Trent. Hope you are too. Old swole ass nigga. Let me get a diet plan. Let me get a gym schedule. Let me do something. I'm trying to get like you, big bro. Not which way is east. Oh my god. It's prayer time, Zay? Have I read the new One Piece chapter? Absolutely I have. I read like all of the leaks and spoilers and shit like that. Except for like Undead Unluck, because we review Patreon. We review the special grade podcast for Patreon on Thursdays because that's when Kaiju number 8 comes out. So like we literally have to wait to do that show until we have a Kaiju number 8 chapter. And so that means that Elusive Samurai and Undead Unluck come out on Sunday, you know, before that Thursday when Kaiju number 8 comes out. So I'm going into, you know, Patreon reviews a lot of the time, you know, long after you know, Undead Unluck spoilers start. So like I literally can't see those spoilers, otherwise it'll influence my predictions and my analysis for that episode of Special Grade. So Undead Unluck is the only one that I don't look at. But One Piece, Jujutsu Kaisen, Black Clover, My Hero Academia, all that shit. I see the fucking text spoilers, the raws, the unofficial TCB translation, all that shit. One Piece chapter was phenomenal. Jujutsu Kaisen chapter was crazy. I don't know if My Hero Academia is out on TCB. I haven't read that yet. Light Films! What's going on, bro? Good to see you, man. Thank you for all the hard work you and your team bring us, Nox. Dude, thank you. That means a lot, man. We love this shit. We live for this shit. We'll always do it in some form or fashion. So, no matter what, we're going to be talking about manga on the internet. Nox, how you feeling about the next Colossi we're going to see in Shangri-La Frontier? Katarnid? Right? We're on Katarnid? Or maybe we go fuck with Siegworm a little bit. I don't know. I feel like it's setting up the Katarnid storytelling, but then, you know, Katarina and Ryosuke are gonna, I feel like they're gonna zag where we're expecting it to zig. So I think Siegworm comes into play before we actually engage Katarnid of the Abyss. Yeah, for real, your content is fully into my schedule nowadays. Thank y'all for that. Siva, you're a champion. We love to do it for you. MHA is out? Great. I'll read that probably after this stream. Christiany Esho. What's happening? This is a YouTube and Patreon update stream. All the YouTube and Patreon updates are done, so now we're just kind of like kicking it and talking. But Reader's Digest version, tangential tie-ins, and one-shots are now only going to be lines of content that exist whenever Weekly Shonen Jump is on break for any reason. So, next time it's Golden Week or something and there's no Weekly Shonen Jump issue, we'll either do a tie-in episode or a one-shot episode, which will be left up to you guys to decide through a poll. So that's cool. And then over on the Patreon side of things, we're taking away the book club, we're taking away the Phantom Troop tier, and it's just going to be, you know, official support for $1 and VODs for live reactions, and then early access, and then special grade. So those will be the tiers moving forward, and then all the other content that existed inside of the tiers that are no longer here will be moved into, you know, adjacent tiers in one direction or another. Yeah, next review's about to be crazy. Yeah, One Piece and Jujutsu Kaisen are gonna have a lot to talk about. A lot to talk about. Sakamoto Days, I'm also excited to actually be doing our first like current chapter review of Sakamoto Days next episode. We're gonna have Axel Ablaze for that episode, so that'll be cool. He's like the Sakamoto Days guy, good buddy of ours. He's been on the show a million times. You guys are probably familiar with him, but yeah, there'll be 4 of us for the next Weekly Shonen Jump review this Sunday. So I'm super excited about that. And then yeah, Eden Zero reaction tonight for any Eden Zero fans. I'll be live on Twitch at 9 p.m. Central Standard Time, and I'll be doing 2 volumes of Eden Zero in one stream. Volume 11 and 12 will be what I'm live reacting to tonight. So that'll be cool. Cool, thanks, man. Because of you, I got into Undead. Still early, but good. Fuck yeah. Love to hear that. Honestly, like, the best compliments that we receive to me are the ones where people are like, I started reading this manga because of you. Like, of course, we love all the compliments that we get about, like, how, you know, much people enjoy the podcast and, like, crazy theories that we put out into the airwaves and things like that. Predictions and analysis are always going to be great compliments to receive, but it's putting people on to, like, new things that they wouldn't have normally started on their own that makes me feel the best, because it makes me feel like my opinion, you know, matters. I mean, all of the compliments, you know, tell us that our opinions matter, but hey, man, I wasn't reading this before. I honestly thought it was Cheeks until I heard you guys talk about it, and now I'm a fan. Like, that's the best one for me. Axel's manga of best manga of 2021 was Eden Zero? Fuck yeah. That's fucking awesome. I don't remember what my favorite manga of 2021 was. I think on the award show that we did, I think I said it was between Shangri-La Frontier, Dr. Stone, Jujutsu Kaisen, and like Ranger Reject. I think were my top 4 for the year. I think I had a top 5 during the award show, but I just like can't remember what that other one was. It was probably like One Piece or something easy, My Hero or something. 2021 was Shangri-La Frontier's year, man. I swear to God. I think Don was in my top 5 for the year too. Yeah, I think it was Shangri-La Frontier, Ranger Reject, Jujutsu Kaisen, Dr. Stone, and Don. I hit Elden with the uninstall today? Light Films. Damn. Elden Ring hit you that hard, huh? Succumb to your wounds and uninstalled. Wow. That's heavy. I hate to hear that. I'm sorry. You know, a nigga like me, you know, Elden Lords can't fathom that possibility. But I mean, Zay wouldn't know anything about that anyway, so whatever. But that's too bad. I hope you reinstall that one day. It's a great game. I would know as an Elden Lord. It's a great game, trust me. I started Dr. Stone, but I don't remember much, so I got to restart next month. That's not bad. Dr. Stone is definitely something that like you definitely want to devote like all of your attention to. So like reading it like, you know, on and off probably will diminish the experience to a certain degree because there's just so much physics and science happening. But yeah. I like whenever someone's like, I'm starting a manga over, I just like get like a little bit excited because I think that rereads are like so important inside of this medium, especially on the manga side of things. Godfrey hit me hard. I'll get back into it someday. You got it, bro. You got it, bro. Yeah, I don't dare go near that game. I just be watching others play it. I feel that, Siva. Elden Ring is just as fun of a game to watch as it is to play. And this is coming from an Elden Lord. Shut up, Zay. Don't expose me. No. Don't expose me. No. Hayes? At 2 Hayes? Can confirm. Oh, man. Y'all are out to get me today. Just let me lie. Please just let me lie. That's all I want. I'm not gonna be live for too much longer. Could have kept the lie going. I'm not an Elden Lord. Whatever. Fuck Zay and Schnooty, by the way. And Hayes, I'm disappointed in you too. Have I read Rave Master? No. Well, yes and no. I read it like back in like the Manga Panda days. Like back when Manga Panda was like the best manga reading website. I remember reading, or at least starting Rave Master back when I was working at this call center doing IT for EA games. I would read manga in between tickets, and Rave Master was one of them. Can't tell you anything about Rave Master. The only memories that I have from Rave Master that are worth bringing up literally come from like the TV show that I watched long before I started reading the manga. So I guess saying that I've read Rave Master doesn't even count, actually. So no, I haven't read Rave Master. But I tried it. Yeah, I think I will, because I'm loving Eden Zero. I was definitely like in the camp of like Mashima hater for a while, right? Like I don't remember making, you know, all of the trite and like played out like complaints about Fairy Tail. I literally just got to the S-class mage exam and just was not feeling the story anymore and just dropped it. It wasn't any of that power of friendship and like it wasn't any of like the regular complaints. I was just like, I don't know. I think I've been here long enough and it's not keeping my interest as much as anything else I was reading at the time. So I was like, pfft. And then it, you know, made me not want to like really like look at anything else that Mashima had done. At least I wasn't in like a huge hurry to. And now I'm reading Eden Zero, and I fucking love it. And if people are saying that Rave Master, you know, was a little bit more on this level, hell yeah, I'll want to go back through and read that. For real, for real. Jigo Karaku reread slap super hard. Siva, start it over right now. Drop everything you're doing and just turn on chapter 1. It definitely hits different. It's crazy right now that Zay is talking about reading manga because he started about 7 in the last couple of months and hasn't finished or caught up to any of them. The Breaker, Ranger Reject, Billy Bat, all that shit. This man was on a manga starting spree. Get his ass. Collapse on him. Tell him he's tweaking. Tell him he stinks. Oh, man. Super funny. Oh, damn, we've already been doing this for almost an hour now. All right, I'll give it 1 hour. So we got like 9 more minutes if you guys want to like kick it and ask any more questions. Not me airing you out. You just exposed me as a fraud Elden Lord. Motherfucker. Fuck you. Oh shit. Hey, everybody, like me and Zay are going at it, but like this is a good buddy of mine and he streams on Twitch. You guys should totally follow his Twitch channel at Draco_Genius. I'm about to just type it in here. Give my mans a follow. Fraudulent moves from both y'all, Zay, and Nox. The fraudacity. Oh. I stubbed my toe the other day and like 35% of my toenail is gone. Holy shit. Ouch. That happened to me too, but like only on like my pinky toenail. I like super hardcore stubbed it on a dresser when I was like 13 years old and it completely took the nail off. And then now, ever since then, literally like I'm 30 now. And like that toenail will like grow back and then something will happen that just like, it's just like the easiest nail to just like rip off now. Like it's constantly losing that toenail. Fucking hurts every time. It's terrible. I just have a bum toenail now. Like no vitality in the toenail. Already banned him, Odin? Oh, thank God. Couldn't have come soon enough. Finally got him out of here. Nah, you don't gotta... Hold on, bro. You don't even gotta do that, Zay. I'm about to just put it in the chat right now. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Wait. Oh, okay. I thought Twitch was about to start... I thought the audio for Twitch was about to start coming through my speakers. Yeah, I'm about to just put this in here. Boom. Definitely put it in the content creation area too, but there's the link for anyone who wants to click it right now. What will you cover on the podcast if Ayashimon gets axed? Not that I want it to fail. Ayashimon is gas. I agree with you. I definitely don't want it to fail either. I don't know. People are talking about it being axed. I don't really see it or believe it yet. I'm like pretty optimistic about that kind of shit though. I see the potential in Ayashimon and I'm loving every new chapter that comes out for it. I feel like if Jigo Karaku was under, you know, had this many eyes on it early, that, you know, some people might make similar complaints. But that survived. It was inside of the Jump Plus arm, so it's a little bit harder to get axed over in Jump Plus, but like still, like Jigo Karaku was something that I even like started reading after there was already like 30 something chapters out for it. So like it definitely did not get the hype and attention that Ayashimon obviously got being in the mainline magazine. But I feel like if, you know, if Jigo Karaku was under a microscope from the beginning the same way that Ayashimon was, you'd be hearing like similar like complaints. Because I remember that like Aizen, that like one Asaemon from the very beginning that got fucking like splattered by Rokurota in like the 3rd chapter. People were fucking like pissed about that in comment sections and shit. I remember that. And you know, like there was a bunch of complaints that people were making. But that just didn't get like this like huge zoomed out, you know, telescope vision of inside of the community. So I don't know. I think Kaku Yuji is experienced enough in, you know, storytelling and is just familiar enough with the history of shonen storytelling to know what works and what wouldn't. So that's like my optimism, just kind of like giving him the benefit of the doubt, even though there's nothing inside of Ayashimon that I think is negative yet. Pretty much any complaint that I would have had the next chapter that came out kind of like alleviated some of, you know, those issues or whatever. You know what I mean? I remember I was like, damn, I really hope he doesn't fucking, you know, just punch his way through everything for like 30 chapters and then struggle. And it's like, nah, he ran into Doppo in like chapter like 8 and couldn't punch his way through that. Hit a wall physically a lot sooner than I had assumed that he would. So right away I was just like, okay, Kaku Yuji already has a point in the expectations bag, because I definitely thought it was going to take a little bit longer for this. And then as soon as I was like, okay, even though he's run into an opponent that he can't just punch his way through, we still need like a difference in his fighting style to come next. Like, he can't just keep swinging haymakers, whether they're effective or not. And then, you know, the chapter comes out where he's fighting Katone, and we find out that he has like a telepathic link with Urara through his Yakuza tattoo that instantly changed his fighting style up. And they specifically honed in on that plot point to say, you can't just keep throwing haymakers, you got to switch it up. And then after that I was like, all right, Kaku, take the wheel, man. Like, I'm done assuming things and being worried about what you're going to do. Just take me through the story. And so now he has like all of my graces and all of my trust inside of Ayashimon now. So that's how I feel about that. If Ayashimon gets axed, I don't know, I really like Earthchild. Yeah, probably do Earthchild or something. I don't know, we'll leave it up to you guys. Obviously we'll be like, Ayashimon got axed, you know, let us know what you guys are reading, what you guys are liking, what you guys think you want us to talk about, and then we'll do the same thing that we did for, like, you know, Sakamoto days. Like, what should we replace it with, and then we'll take the top 4 answers, and then we'll do a poll, and then you guys will decide, you know, what we do. Just like usual, we'll involve you guys in the decision making. We love to do that. Ayashimon feels very different to Jigo. I really like how Kaku Yuji didn't just settle with what he was comfortable with. Hell yeah. Can't believe Japan is about to fail Ayashimon. Vin, OVGN. Yeah, that would suck. I get it though, because like after that Yakuza tattoo chapter came out, apparently Japan was like, ooh, I don't know if we like that. You know what I mean? Because they like their perception of the Yakuza in their culture overseas is so much different than like how we view Yakuza. Like, we think that shit is tight every time because gang shit and mafia shit is cool. But the Yakuza have obviously affected, you know, the lives of actual Japanese people, you know, in a completely different way. So them being like, we don't like this Yakuza stuff, like we don't like the glorification of Yakuza, or it feeling like the glorification of Yakuza, that seems really sus to us. That totally makes sense over on the Japan side of things. So, you know, it's shit like that, man. It's Weekly Shonen Jump. It's the hardest magazine to survive in. So, you know, little shit like that. Like, remember Time Paradox Ghost Rider? They didn't like the plagiarism aspect of Time Paradox Ghost Rider or whatever, so that shit got axed. You know, it's shit like that. You never know what's going to tick off your or trigger your audience. You know what I mean? And if you roll the dice, you know, with a risky concept, that's just the risk you take. You know what I mean? I hope Ayashimon doesn't get cut. When Phantom Seer got axed, that hurt. Yeah, Phantom Seer was a big hit. So was the last Sayuki. The last Sayuki and Phantom Seer getting axed just felt so out of nowhere to me. The explanation, I guess, for the last Sayuki is that there's so many Journey to the West inspired manga that I guess Japan was just like, another Sun Wukong story? Ugh, and then just like didn't give it the attention that it deserved. But it definitely was an incredible story, even for such a trite, you know, premise or plot or you know, whatever. Like such a played out concept of Journey to the West adaptation. Like, it was still incredible, and I was really sad when the last Sayuki went. And then Phantom Seer was just so random. I still don't know the legitimate reason why Phantom Seer was axed. Kichi wants P6 on the pod real bad. Yeah, I would love to review P6 too. The way that Kichi talks about P6 lets me know that there will be hella shit to talk about every week for it. It's one of those like deep dive analysis every chapter kind of series. And that's what we want on the show. So P6 is definitely a great candidate too. Need Gachi Akuta when it really picks up. I love Gachi Akuta as well. That would be, you know, a special grade podcast title if we ever did start it. In fact, if you go to the Patreon right now, under the special grade tier, you'll see like a future candidates area, and Gachi Akuta, Kajiki Chef, hold on one second. Let me just go to it real quick, actually, because I forgot what I even put there. There we go. This is what we want right here. Okay, so yeah, on the future candidates list, we have Gachi Akuta, Eden Zero, Kajiki Chef, and Chainsaw Man Part 2. So, like, those are, like, the 4 series that, like, we really want to be on the show at some point. So that's why they're under, like, the future candidate slot. So, yeah. Whenever it makes sense and, like, something on Elusive, or something on, you know, the special grade roster ends, like Elusive Samurai, which feels like it could be close, you know, or something like that, one of those 4 series will replace it. So, really excited for Gachi Akuta. What's up, Manga Crash? Last Sayuki was like really cool to me just because of like how different it felt. Like that was like one where I was like, oh damn, this is a Weekly Shonen Jump. It was just like so like non-conventional to me, so unorthodox, that I was like, oh cool. And then I started reading it, and I didn't even like realize like that it was a Sun Wukong story until the Nyoibo concept, you know, really started to hit. And I was like, wait a minute. The power system is Ruyi Jingu Bangs? Everybody gets a Monkey King staff? That was the tightest fucking shit to me ever. And then like the plot with like, you know, the little sister and like her situation just felt so different and cool to me. And the art was beautiful. And all of the characters that were introduced were wildly interesting. It was just starting to get tight. Clover never coming back. LMAO, yeah. Keep Clover the fuck off. Yeah, Black Clover's not coming back. Radiant one-shot would go stupid. I would love to do a Radiant one-shot. Weekly Chainsaw Man Part 2 discussions sound great. Oh yeah, you already know we're about to be back on that. Chainsaw Man was like probably our best segment that we ever did. Still, to this day, Chainsaw Man Weekly was a completely different beast. Yeah, I need to get caught up on P6, actually. I read the first chapter and was like, I see the vision, but I haven't been back since. I'll probably read that throughout the rest of the day today. I'm going to get caught up on a bunch of stuff. But I'm a little bit behind in P6. It's pretty easy. There's only like 20-something chapters of that or whatever. I could knock that out in no time. All right, you guys, I'm starting to get hungry. I need to like open up a window. It's like hot and like stuffy in here. I'm going to go. But, you know where to find us. Twitter, Discord, what have you. Yes, Manga Crash, I have read Look Back. I fucking loved Look Back. I wanted to do a Look Back like discussion video, but it never ended up happening. I wanted to do a one-shot for Look Back at the time that it, you know, shortly after it came out, but that never happened, unfortunately. There's a lot of content that almost made it. You guys would be so surprised. Maybe one day we'll talk about it. I could talk about it right now, but I'm really hungry and I want to go. But Look Back was great. But yeah, I'm gonna go. Holler at me on Twitter, holler at me on Discord, whatever. All the links and whatnot are gonna be in the description for this stream, for this video. Check out our Patreon if you guys haven't already. There's a lot of really cool content in there. I'm gonna be like switching up the tiers, like I was saying at the beginning of the stream or whatever. But just give it a look if you want to support what we do. If you want to help Project Manga grow in a major way, there's a bunch of different options to do that. Otherwise, just tuning into, you know, our YouTube and Twitch content is more than enough support. You guys have no idea, for real. The fact that there's like almost 4,000 of you that are subscribed to this channel, almost 1,000 that are subscribed on Twitch. You guys like really show your appreciation in a lot of ways, and just making your presence known is a major one. So, but yeah, you guys have a great rest of your day. Eden Zero fans, I'm going to be live on Twitch tonight at 9 p.m. Central Standard Time to read volumes 11 and 12 for the first time in a live reaction. So if you want to come hang out with me, that'll be on Twitch tonight at 9. But all right, you know where to find us. Hit me up on Discord, hit me up on Twitter. You guys have a great rest of your day. See you next time.